It's March 31st, 2025, and the boxing world is buzzing with tension, anticipation, and a whole lot of trash talk. We're just over a month away from May 2nd, what's being hyped as potentially the biggest fight night of the year, and the drama between Devin Haney, his father Bill, and Ryan Garcia is reaching a boiling point. Bill Haney's been relentless, firing shots at Garcia like a machine gun, and just hours ago, he and Ryan came face to face. With the bad blood between these two camps, it was no surprise they'd trade verbal jabs. Bill's made it crystal clear, Jose Ramirez was never the original plan. The real goal was a rematch with Garcia, but according to Bill, Ryan's the one who derailed it all. Let's rewind a bit and catch up. Last year, Garcia shocked the world by knocking Haney down 3 times in their April fight, only for the victory to be wiped out when he tested positive for ostarine, a banned performance-enhancing drug. The win was overturned, Garcia got slapped with a 1-year suspension, and the boxing community's been divided ever since. Some think the punishment fit the crime, a year off, a tarnished reputation, and a lesson learned. Others argue it was too lenient or too harsh, depending on which side of the fence they're on. When asked about it, Bill Haney sidestepped the question, saying his focus is on Devin's upcoming fight with Ramirez and setting up the rematch with Garcia later. He's not sweating the suspension details, he's plotting the next move. Bill's even said that if it were up to him and Devin, Ryan would have been back in the ring with Devin in May, not October. But instead, Garcia's opted for what Bill calls a soft target, Rolly Romero, over a tougher, immediate rematch. Bill's narrative is straightforward, Garcia's ducking Devin. He claims Ryan deliberately picked Romero, a fighter coming off a brutal knockout loss, to avoid facing Devin again so soon. Ryan Garcia, you're blowing your opportunity, Bill taunted, pointing out that Garcia had 6 hours left to prove he's serious, though it's unclear exactly what deadline he meant. To Bill, it's obvious. Ryan was supposed to come straight back for the rematch after his suspension ends, but instead, he's playing a different game. Speaking to Boxing Scene, Bill didn't mince words, this is all BS. Everybody knows everyone wants to see the fight right now. He insists they only booked the Ramirez fight to force Team Garcia into signing for an October rematch. Bill's pushing the idea that Garcia's team is dodging, delaying, and making excuses to avoid what should have been an immediate showdown. The rhetoric gets darker when Bill talks about what he wants to see in that rematch. We want him beat up, you know what I mean? Close to death, you know what I mean, he said, framing it as a brutal, adult-only spectacle. This is an 18 and over fight right here. Kids shouldn't watch this unless they're with their parents and it's explained responsibly. He paints Devin as a man on a mission, sent to kill Garcia in the ring. Team Garcia, meanwhile, has countered that the fans didn't want the rematch right away, though Bill calls that nonsense, arguing it's what everyone's clamoring for. To secure what he sees as justice for the fans, Bill says he had to tie this up with the Ramirez fight, dismissing any talk of lawsuits and focusing on delivering a fair fight. Garcia, however, isn't buying the Haney's version of events. Instead of jumping at the rematch, he's chosen Romero, a move that's raised eyebrows. It's not hard to see why some pros and fans are skeptical. Garcia's first win over Haney was voided due to the failed drug test, and without whatever edge he might have had, there's no guarantee he can repeat the feat some in the boxing world, like those siding with Devin, argue rematches favor the loser. They get to analyze what went wrong and fix it. You find everything you did wrong instantly after the fight's over, one pro said. You come back and right those wrongs. I believe Devin wins the rematch. They see it as a fight both guys need, but Garcia's taking a detour with Romero, a less risky opponent who keeps his name in the spotlight without testing him too much. Garcia's justification. Business. He claims fighting Romero now sets up a bigger payday later. After what happens to Rolly, the Devin fight will be there and even bigger, he said, pointing to the weight issues from their first fight, where he came in overweight, as a factor that still stirs controversy. To him, it's a strategic move. But Bill Haney's not impressed. We're not scared of him. He was scared last time, that's why he did it, Bill fired back, referencing the PED scandal. He was scared to lose. That first fight was a roller coaster. Garcia's 3 knockdowns stunned everyone, only for the positive test to unravel it all. PEDs don't help you block a left hook, Garcia's argued, brushing off the accusations. While he was sidelined, Haney took a break too, spending time with family and welcoming a child. Now, though, Devin's back, locked in, and ready to prove he's the better fighter. "I made a lot of mistakes in that first fight," Devin admitted. "I got away from it, had a baby, spent time with my family, enjoyed my vacation. I feel great." Bill's confident this is a new Devin, one Garcia won't handle. "He doesn't have Devin's number," Bill insisted. "That was one fight, one time. We know what was involved." He believes Devin, when focused, is the superior boxer, a former undisputed lightweight champ who's just pit-stopping at 140 before hitting 147. "You're going to see a stronger, faster, more determined Devin Haney," Bill promised. With revenge fueling him, some already see Garcia in deep trouble. Garcia's camp, though, paints a different picture. Ryan's been erratic, hyping the rematch 1 minute, posting about retirement or other fights the next. His decision to face Romero instead of Haney has sparked concerns about his focus. Sources from his camp say he doesn't look sharp, power's off, stamina's lacking, movement slow. With his father now in his corner, there's added uncertainty. "When he's focused, look what happens to his opponents," his dad, Henry, said. "He drops them. He's very dangerous." But that "when" is the key word. Is he focused now? Meanwhile, Haney's not coasting. His fight with Ramirez, a former unified champ known for tough battles, is no tune-up. "Devin's fighting a real guy," Bill said. "Ryan's fighting a name, not a challenge. The stakes are high. Haney's got everything to lose against Ramirez. If he slips up, the October rematch with Garcia vanishes, along with the money and momentum. Garcia, on the other hand, can afford a stumble. He's still the bigger draw. Saudi Arabia's cash is pulling strings, and Ryan's tapped into it, while Haney's proving himself step by step." Bill's admitted the pull of those dollars, praising Turki Alashika's impact on boxing at the Ring Awards. If the rematch happens, the question is, which Garcia shows up? The one who floored Haney, or the one struggling without an edge? Devin's waiting, ready to settle the score. Fast forward to the latest twist, Gabe Rosado's jab at Bill for letting Devin fight on Garcia's undercard after suing him for battery. It's a sore spot. Bill's built Devin as an independent champ, but now he's on Ryan's show, chasing the bag. "The money controls," Bill said, and Rosado's call-out stings because it's true. Garcia's the A-side, dictating terms. Devin's never been the main event underdog like this, and it's a bitter pill. Garcia's unfazed, saying he's moved on from their fight. "A lot of people are dragging that on," he shrugged, eyeing bigger fish like Teofimo Lopez and Jaron Boots for 2026. He thinks Haney should earn the rematch through a gauntlet, Ramirez as level 1, not get it handed to him. For Haney, Ramirez is no joke. "I cannot look past Jose Ramirez," Devin said. "He's a tough competitor coming to win. A loss here could tank his career. Another hit after Garcia would dent his stock hard. At 147, he'd face monsters like Boots Ennis or Brian Norman Jr., guys who'd exploit his lack of power. I got up every time against somebody on PEDs, Devin said, defending his chin, but welterweight's a different beast. If he loses to Ramirez, begging Garcia for a rematch might be his only lifeline, but Ryan might just walk away, leaving Haney in the dust. The boxing world's watching. Will Haney rise, or will Garcia keep calling the shots?